Hello and welcome to another video on Parajumbles. This is Preetinder Kaur, and before we get started, don't forget to note down our website address, our email address, and the Facebook page. So let's read these options first. So you have two options beginning with C, two options beginning with A, and then you have two options ending with D, one with A, one with B. So let's read this. During the 24-hour darkness of the austral autumn and winter, the South Pole telescope operates non-stop under impeccable conditions for astronomy. The atmosphere is thin, stable, and the pole has some of the calmest winds on the earth, blowing almost always from the same direction. The South Pole has the harshest environment on Earth, but also the most benign, says William, a University of California at Berkeley astrophysicist, the on-site lead researcher at the South Pole Telescope. Now, don't you think that option C should be the first sentence? Now, I haven't read option D, but I definitely know that C should come before B. They may not be linked closely to each other, and there's no option like that as well. But C should come before B and definitely before A as well. So that's one thing that I know, C should come before B. That's one mandatory pair. Then sentence D. From an astronomer's perspective, it's not until the sun goes down and stays down does the South Pole get benign. So where else did you see the word benign? It is over here. That means C and D are more closely linked than C and B. So the order should be C and then D, and then it should be B. So that is the order that we've established, C, D, B. So option 4 is gone, A is gone. We're left with 2 and 3. Now the answer will be decided by position of A. Either A will come here or A will come here. Now A talks about the 24-hour darkness of the austral autumn and winter. And B talks about the atmosphere is thin and the pole has some of the calmest winds on earth blowing from the same direction. And it talks about the South Pole telescope. Now, using logic, it's quite easy to understand where A should come. A should come here at this place, which makes 3 our answer. But let's read this once again because it might be confusing for some students. So, the South Pole has the harshest environment on Earth, but also the most benign, that means harmless. So, that is the first sentence. Second sentence, from an astronomer's perspective, not until the sun goes down and stays down does the South Pole get benign. And then we try and explain this March through September. What actually happens? During the 24-hour darkness of the austral autumn and winter, the South Pole telescope operates non-stop under impeccable conditions for astronomy. And we're talking about the South Pole telescope, which is dark from March through September. So that's the autumn and the winter for the South Pole. Now, you need a little bit of general knowledge to know that in the northern part of the hemisphere, the winters, they come in, let's say, the months of November to March. But in the South Pole, that is when the summer is there. Similarly, from March to October, there is summer and spring in the North Pole, and it's winter in the South Pole. So that is why you should not get confused with March and September being used for autumn and winter, because in South Hemisphere it does happen like that. So that's sentence A, and then finally sentence B describes how is it actually an impeccable condition for astronomy. The atmosphere is thin, stable, and having some of the calmest winds on Earth, almost blowing away from the same direction. So that makes option number 3 as the answer, which is C, D, A, and B. A little recommendation that I would give you while watching these videos is to pause the video and try to figure out the answers on your own. and then see whether you're accurate or not and see where did you go wrong. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this one.